This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my review of the Gen V Season 2 premiere. This is the first 3 episodes. And, I've watched these episodes like basically 2 days ago by the point I'm recording this. And I just didn't have any time to record that night because I finished around like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And then I just really didn't have any time to record yesterday. But yeah, honestly, it was a solid start. My biggest complaint of the season is I feel like there's so many other interesting things they could have done with the premise set at the end of the last season, and I just feel like they're not doing that. They're just returning to the college just because they want to have a familiar environment. I feel like it could have been far more interesting to see the characters go out into this far more dangerous and deadly world controlled by Vought and the villains, where well, the fake heroes, but were really villains to us. And I could have been way more interesting with that. That's not saying this show is terrible. I think it still is a solid season, but it just feels like it could have been so much better with what they had set up, and they really didn't do anything with it. But yeah, so just continuing through it, I did have I just had a good time watching it. Yeah, the story was interesting, and them having to deal with one of the actors passing away is obviously a challenge, and having to kill off that character, which they definitely wouldn't have done if he was still alive. So there are obvious changes to the story with that, but honestly, besides that, really solid story. I think that they're building up the mystery well and to figure out what actually happened to Marie and how she was experimented on, and also her wanting to reunite with her sister and figure out what the project that was involved with her truly was. And then having Starlight showing up quickly was something that did make sense. I think the only major character from The Boys that hasn't shown up is Huey, who I doubt would be in this because of him being captured and imprisoned by Vought at the end of the last episode of the last season so far. The season finale of 4, I think. I can't remember what season they're on with The Boys. But honestly, yeah, I said with this one, it's solid. Some of the missions are good, and there's also that one really weird conspiracy scene with all the puppets and stuff. But as I said, as I said, it was a solid episode. Set of episodes, I think that they did a good job. But I don't know, this is one I've least interested in the boys universe. Definitely, it's the main show, and then even though this one has an episode coming out next week, I'm more excited for the prequel series with Soldier Boy and Stormfront than to see next week's episode. But then I'm still not saying it's bad. I'm still excited to see it, but I just think that of all of it, this is definitely the least interesting one. When I feel like this could have been so much more interesting dealing with the world that has been set up by the finale of the last season of The Boys, leading into The Boys' final season. But yeah, honestly, I think that it's just a solid set of episodes. Don't really have too much more to say. And yeah, honestly, I want to know what you think. Please leave me in the comments, and I'll see you next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.